Welcome to my hopefully quick and dirty Dwarf Fortress tutorial. So this is the newest Lazy Noob pack that I downloaded. I will have that in the description. So go ahead and right click on the zip file and click extract all, extract. So we'll go ahead and unzip the file for you. Luckily this is a zip, so you don't need anything special like WinRAR or anything like that, because it's not a RAR. Although I use 7-zip, which I very much prefer. And that'll unzip. And that'll be right here. Same name, just as a folder. You open that. And you click the Lazy Noob Pack GUI. So that'll bring this up where we have a bunch of different settings. Certain things like cave-ins and temperature and weather are turned off for people like noobs. There's already a graphics pack. I do like to play with cave-ins, temperature and weather though. It makes things much more fun. You can turn off aquifers or not if you want. Those are really a pain in the ass. Most people don't like them. I'm leaving them on just for the sake of the video. And I usually set my population to about 50. Actually, I set it lower usually, but I want sieges and stuff for this video. Yep, that's about it. Then you can click Play Dwarf Fortress. That'll open the game. That'll bring us to this screen. It says create new world or design new world with advanced parameters. I prefer for this, which will take us to this screen. Whatever that says, blah, blah, blah. So this shows the different regions. You can use the arrow keys to move up and down here. Over on the right, select the regions, medium island, medium region. So we go to this to choose what we want to generate. But I hit E on the medium region here to change the settings of the generation. So I'm leaving all the seeds and everything. All this right here, I'm just leaving that normal. Leave the cursor at the top and use page down to go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 screens. That'll bring us to where it says mineral scarcity. This determines how scarce minerals are. And so this is a kind of recent change to the generation, but this is too scarce in my opinion because I do like to find metals and stuff. So I go ahead and hit enter to change this and type 250 and then press enter again. So that'll make resources much more available. And then I generally leave most of the resources, most of the stuff alone. Actually, no. We go down, let's see, 1, 2, 3. So I go down 3 more page downs, 3 more pages. Then we get the cavern numbers. I generally change the minimum openness to about 35. Press enter, type it out, press enter again. Then I move down to passage density and minimum and maximum. I set this quite low to like 25. I do not like passages. I like big open caverns with not a lot of like snaky wormy passages. And we got some water, blah blah blah, a magma and all that. And then when you're done, you hit escape and press enter, do you believe? Yes, and it'll ask you, do you want to save? Are you sure you want to go on? You can hit yes to go on. If you wish to save, hit F6 right now before you hit enter, and that'll save the settings you just did for medium region. You hit enter to generate, and it'll start generating you a world. So you basically just kind of watch this. Pray it doesn't crash. This needs to get out of here. This is telling you, I don't know. Alright, now we're generating a world. It's actually went ahead and generated it, and now it's generating years. So you can see it's year 60, year 70 now. The amount of historical figures is the amount of people, the amount of dead people, blah, blah, blah. I usually wait about 100 years, maybe 150 years or so. If you wait too long, most people are dead, which kind of sucks. Or most of the dwarves, anyway. And this is Dwarf Fortress, so you have to play as a dwarf. So there's a good population in the world of about 21,000. It's about year 100. You press enter. I think. To pause, yes. So then that'll pause the world generation. It's at year 106. There's 22,000 people alive. And then you can press U to use the world as it currently exists, or press C to continue the world generation if you want. I'm going to go ahead and press U. This will save everything. That was quickly. Press enter. Offloading some stuff. Now, if this will ever hurry up, don't crash on me, Dwarf Fortress. I believe in you. Then it'll bring us back to the beginning menu, but now it says start playing. Press enter. There's only one world to choose from, so it goes ahead and chooses that world for you, and then we can select Dwarf Fortress. Adventure is kind of like, I don't know, ADOM, any rogue, any kind of roguelike game, NetHack, or you choose your dude and your skills and you run around as a single unit. Legends lets you just look at the history of the world and all the events and everything that happened and just different stuff. Dwarf Fortress is the main part of the game where you build fortress, oversee your dwarves and stuff. So we're going to press enter on Dwarf Fortress. This is going to go ahead and load the world, which brings us to this screen. So you move, if you look at the middle, see the flashing yellow X, this is kind of the area that you're choosing in the huge world, and then over on the right is the middle is the region, on the right is the world. So you can see the X over there, and if I move far enough in the region, the X eventually moves on the world. You can hold shift to move quicker, to move around the world faster to where you want to go. See this over here, this brown stuff, you can cursor over it. What's this? It's an ocean. See, it says over on the right, it says temperate ocean. I can explain biomes real quick. See, this is a sinister biome, which evil things happen there. It's generally not a good idea, especially for new people to go to sinister or haunted or any areas. This is a freezing zone, a tundra. This is a glacier, an ocean right here. You don't want to go anywhere near there. This is the glacier down here. These things right here are towns, right? Different areas. You can't settle on a town, obviously. These bull-looking things, those are fortresses. This yellow eye, that's a necromancer tower. You didn't really want to stay away from that. There are also good biomes, if I can find one real quick. Right here. So this is a serene biome, as you can see. So then like mythical creatures and stuff will spawn there sometimes, unicorns, whatever. See, this is another sinister area. Here we got untamed wilds and different areas. This is terrifying. That sounds awesome. Hang on. It's got to be more I can choose from. Anyway. So to find a site, we hit F. This will bring us to this. You can use the arrow keys to move up and down. We usually use the dimensions 3x3. I generally go up to deep metal and press left to set it to multiple. You set shallow metals to multiple as well. You go to aquifer and select no. You want flux stone as yes. And then you hit enter to do a search. This will search through the world to hopefully find you areas matching your criteria. See, red X's do not match your criteria over on the world map, while green X's do. It's still searching. Just searching. Huh. Okay, good. At least there's some places. So once it's finally done, you hit escape to browse the results. Any places with flashing green X's will meet your criteria. So here, there's not very many in this world. We hold shift to move around, remember. Go up here and check this. This is a mountain area, as you can see, because of the boulder looking things. Let me go ahead and go over to this big patch of green here because I want trees. It's hot here, warm. So over in the top right, you can see where it says tropical freshwater swamp, and it says trees and vegetations. Mostly over there, we want forested or heavily forested because you need trees. Trees are very important. Other vegetation is nice, but doesn't really matter. You also want some soil to be able to farm. You can see that down below. It says clay, some soil. You can farm in clay or soil, it doesn't matter. Shallow metals and deep metals are very important, and flux stone is used to turn iron into steel. So you can use U, K, U, H, K, and M and to move the local map area. See the 3x3 square? That's where we're actually settling. So this blue line, snake-looking line over here, this is a river. We want to settle up against the river. We don't have any different biomes, it looks like. There we go. So if you see down in the bottom right below the world where it says view biome F1, F2, you can hit that and that'll show you the different biomes. These are just different areas. See how over in the top right when I switch biomes it switches from woodland to heavily forested. That's just because these are different areas. So I'm going to go ahead and move down. I generally have my places with at least one of my 3x3 tiles on a river. Water is very important, but you know, the dwarves like to drink beer, but water is also a necessity. So, and then you hit tab. This will tell you who your neighbors are over in the top right. Dwarves, goblins are going to be attacking us. There's humans nearby. They hit tab again. This lets you choose your civilization. So, you can kind of see the dwarf looking guys here. This is where our civilization is established. We can use the, hang on, I accidentally hit the arrow keys. Let me reposition my, so this shows you your civilization. You can use plus and minus to switch through the civilizations here until we find a big one. See this big one down here at the bottom? I'm going to go ahead and select that. They're called the rhyming ore. So when they're highlighted white like that, you selected them, you hit tab. This tells you the elevation over on the right. Not too important, blah, blah, blah. Alright, we're good. So now, once you've chosen your initial spot, you hit E to embark. And if you do want to embark here, this is your only warning. Hit enter to embark. Now, so these are all pre-made packs, which I'm going to go ahead and make prepare for the journey. Carefully is to make your own pack from scratch, which I'm going to do right now. So do that. That gives us you initially start with 7 dwarves. You can assign them skills. I'm not going to do that right away. I'm going to hit tab to switch to the items to see what we have. So we have 2 copper picks, 2 battle axes. Use the arrow keys to navigate through this area. Tab will switch through this between your dwarves and your items. So 2 copper picks, 2 battle axes, an iron anvil is also good. We got wine and rum. These are drinks. These are very important. Plump helmet spawns. This is seeds. These are all seeds, which is good for food. Chinchilla meat. Very interesting. We have cloth, bags, ropes, quivers, buckets. So right now, all this is honestly worthless to us. These wheelbarrows, these crutches. So you highlight it and then you press minus and it'll go away, and that'll give you more points to spend on skills and other items that you wish to bring. We don't want any crutches, splints, no buckets or quivers, getting rid of all these, no ropes, no bags, no cloth, no thread. So these plump helmets or mushrooms are very good. They're brewed, but they're kind of, you can brew them for stuff. They're kind of expensive, but bring some. Bring more seeds than anything. This is all meat. do believe. Rock nut. So that freed up some stuff. I usually bring 1 axe, but I'll leave it at 2 right now. Actually, because they're cheap, they're copper. You always want to bring an anvil. So we're going to go ahead and use plus on the plump helmet spawn to bring up the amount of seeds we're taking. At least 50. Pigtail seeds are good. I'm going to bring only like 20 of those. Cave wheat's pretty good, but I'm only going to bring like 25 or 26 of that. Maybe 10 sweet pods. Rock nuts, 10 of those. Dimple cups are okay. I'll bring 20 of those. That's for dyeing items. Pigtails are used to make like cloth, and then you can dye them. I'm going to want to bring a lot more rum. It doesn't matter, wine, rum, whatever. Just some drink. I'm going to bring more chinchilla meat just because it's cheaper than plump helmets and stuff. Okay. Now I'm going to hit tab to go back to my dwarves. I'm going to highlight the first dwarf, and then I'm going to hit right to go over to the skills. This guy is going to be my miner, so I'm going to use plus to max out his mining as much as I can, which is up to proficient. Then I'm going to go ahead and go left and go down. This guy's going to be my woodcutter all the way up to 5. Gonna go down and also set him as, let's see. Yes, I'm going to set him as an axeman. Go down from that guy. The third guy is going to be a mason and a brewer, both maxed. Both very important skills. The next guy down, I'm going to make him a full weaponsmith and a full armorsmith. I want to make sure you bring one of those guys. This guy, you want to make sure you bring a full stone crafter. And you can go ahead and make him a full grower. This guy, you want to make sure you take someone that has a praising skill. At least add 3 praising skill, be at least make them competent. They should also... I also usually make them... where is it? Add 2 to Judge of Intent. Add 2 to Teacher. And then dump the rest into Carpenter. So we need a Carpenter. I believe we have a Mason. We do. The last guy, you want to make sure you bring a full Diagnostician. Oh, we are out of points. So tab. Let's see, bring a little bit less chinchilla meat. Tab back over. So full diagnostician. I need more points, darn it. Add 2 to suturing, 2 to bone doctor, and 1 to teacher. Oh, we don't have enough points again. Teacher. Go back up to the dude that has mining. 2 to mechanics. And dump the rest into grower. Tab back over. Assess your food and your other situation until you have no points. Hit S to save. Name your profile. New. Enter to save, then hit E to embark. This will give you a message and it'll tell you strike the earth. Hit escape. Should hopefully load. You can do it. There we go. It's it might start paused, it might not. Space is pause. Could make this big. This is the map over here. I never actually use it. It's kind of annoying. I don't know how to read it. So I hit tab and then tab again. This brings me more viewing area. Oops. You can use the arrow keys to move your screen around here. So this right here, these are your dwarves. This is the wagon that you brought. These 7s here, this is water. These down arrows are ramps down to the next level. This is the river over here, the brook, see? These things right here are trees, these are bushes. Good times. So looking around the map, there's 0 elevation, so that means we're gonna have to dig down for our fortress. We wanna kind of avoid these lakes and stuff. So when I first start out, it's paused. I brought 2 axes and 2 picks, but only one of each of these guys has access skills to use them. So I hit U to bring up the units menu. See, everyone has no job assigned or anything right now. It tells me who everyone is. Now to assign them, I hit L to manage my laborers. So you can see that here, this is the mining, carpenter. It'll tell you can use the arrow keys to move up and down to the different dwarves, and left and right to move through the skills. This will tell you their how good they are at it, blah, blah, blah. So we want to add another miner that's not a woodcutter. You can't have woodcutting and mining together. So the mason, he's also going to cut wood. And then we'll come down to the metalsmith, and he will also be a miner. You press enter to assign the skills. See, look, it's not highlighted. You press enter, it's highlighted. You press enter on a highlighted skill, it unhighlights. That's how you assign and unassign skills. While we're here, very important skills to assign to everyone. You go to right over to growing, make sure everyone has growing selected. It's a very important skill, as everyone should grow food, especially at the beginning. This is our stone crafter. I go ahead and at the beginning enable mechanics for everyone. I miss furnace operating over here. This is a very important thing to have. You should just turn it on for everyone. I also missed wood burning, I do believe. Not seeing it. Wood crafter. Oh, it's over here. Wood burner. Assign that for everyone. And over here, architect or building designer is what it's called. That's something that's very important. All right, that's good for now. Escape to back out. Escape to back out of this. We're back to this screen where we showed our dwarves, our wagon, and everything. We hit D to go to the designations menu. Over on the right, everything will change. I'll show you the hotkeys. D is to mine things. H is channel, which is like dig a channel down to the next level, etc. So To chop down trees, we're in that menu, we hit T to select trees. Now we have another X. See, it'll be on the wagon right now, yellow X. We use the arrow keys to move it. Shift will move it by 10 squares. So we go to an area. We're going to build our down place here, so we don't want any trees here. So I'm going to go up to this corner, press enter. That'll make this flashing square right here. If I go down here using shift really quickly to move and press enter again, that'll highlight this whole area between those 2 points as a square. So now all these trees are highlighted to be designated to be cut down. So my 2 woodcutters will get their axes and start cutting it when I unpause it. Now, those guys are assigned to that. Hit D to go back into the designation menu, and if you're already there, hit D to go to mining. And we don't want mining right now, actually. We go to J, which is a downward stairway. Choose our location with the X, press enter, it'll start flashing again. And usually make a 2 tile wide stairway like this. And that's J is downward stairway, and we press shift period to go down, and shift comma is to go up a level. So we go down a level below that. I'm going to hit I to select up down stairway and make it right below my down stairway, also 2 tiles wide. Then at the bottom of that, I'm going to hit U right below that and make up stairway. So they'll mine a down stairway, an up down stairway, and at the bottom an up stairway. Then I'm going to hit D to go to mining, and I'm going to mine. And I'm going to press enter next to the stairs, go over 1 and go up some, and that'll mine a tunnel right here out of whatever this is. It's dark here because we don't know what's there, we can't see it. Then at the end of this, I'm going to make another up stairway, and right above that, I'm going to make a down stairway. Then off of that, I'm going to make another tunnel. Now, I'll show you the reason for all this here in a moment. To unpause it, and everyone's going to run around and do their thing. See, the miners are running over there and mining. Those guys are going to chop their trees. Go down a level. See, the miners are digging out really quickly. So, now that we've dug all this, I'm going to go ahead and pause it to redesignate some areas. The first thing, I want to make this a bit longer. First thing we need is a decently big area. So that'll be a room. So you can hit escape to back out of the menu, the designation menu, by the way. You can hit, once you're in the normal menu, you can hit K, and that's look at things with your yellow cursor. So this, you can see that this is a silty clay wall. This is good enough to build a farm in, so we're going to dig out an area here. It's actually, that area is actually going to be storage. So we designate another area here. Actually, over here will work better. Kind of a big area for a farm. Alright, then we escape out and then unpause it with space. Our miners will get to work. While they're mining, we can go up and see what everyone else is doing. These guys are chopping trees. I'm going to go ahead and pause it. Making use of time is very important in this game. So you hit P to go to stockpiles, and W is wood. I'm going to go ahead and set up a quick stockpile just in this area here, in this tunnel, for them to bring wood to. Hit escape to back all the way out. You designate that just like you designate where you dig. These guys are digging away. So now everyone that is idling, you can see at the top right the number of idlers you have is bringing wood and different stuff. People are mining. I have 0 idlers. You want to keep your idlers down as much as you can. All right, I'm going to go ahead and pause it. See, now that we've dug out that room over there, I can hit P to go back to stockpiles. I'm going to hit F to choose a food stockpile. I need to make a decent sized stockpile for food. I'm going to hit U to make a furniture stockpile, just kind of a small one. I'm not quite sure what else I brought. Mostly food. Unpause. They will bring things to the stockpile now. I'm going to go ahead and fill the rest of this space with a wood stockpile. So those guys are over there digging out my farming area right now. And they went on break or something. You can hit T to see what is in buildings and use plus to move through over on the right. There is quite a bit of stuff in there still. Escape out, everyone's doing their part. Come on, dig out that last square. Alright, I'm gonna pause it. Gonna hit B to go to the building menu, and then I'm gonna hit P for farm plot. This will bring up a green X. Now we can use U and K or H and M to make it bigger or smaller. U and K make it bigger. So we're gonna make this farm as big as we can in this spot. And then you press enter to place it, and that'll designate the farm area. We escaped it back all the way out. And then an idle guy with growing skill will go and till the farm up for us. And once it stops flashing, pretty soon it'll be ready. And come on. I'm gonna go ahead and designate some more stuff for these guys to dig. So, alright, this guy's finally done tilling the field. You hit Q, and that brings up another yellow X, and this is looking at this assignments of the building and stockpiles and stuff. So, we put the Q over the farm, and that brings us to the farm menu. So you see over on the right, it'll list the different crops, and then A, B, C, and D list the different seasons. So we hit A for spring, and then we're going to use plus to go down to plum helmets and hit enter. Then we're going to hit B and use plus to go down to plum helmets. We're going to hit C for autumn and go down to plum helmets and hit enter. And then hit D for winter and go down to plum helmets and hit enter. So now this farm will farm plum helmets all year round. That'll hopefully keep your dwarves from starving. All the growers will go find seeds and eventually start planting the field. See, look, there they go. Now, we need to dig down some more because I need some stone. So, down stairways there, up down stairways. You have to make sure they're below each other. Then you can go multiple levels. So, I designated it there, and I go down 1, 2, 3, 4 or so levels and hit enter. Unpause it, escape all the way out and unpause it. How are my woodcutters going? They still have trees. There's still stuff here. Yes. So, seems my food stockpile. Oh, they're still bringing stuff to it. Or something. I'm going to go ahead and unassign growing on my miners because I need them to mine things right now instead of grow. Managing your dwarf skills, especially very early on, is very important. So now they've mined out that room. I'm going to hit B to go to the build menu. Then I'm going to hit W to go to the workshops menu. You can also use plus and minus to navigate through the different things in this menu, but I'm going to go ahead and hit C, I believe it is, yes, C for Carpenter's Workshop. Going to build the Carpenter's Workshop in this area I just cleared. Press enter, then over on the right it'll ask you what you want to build it out of. I accidentally hit enter, but I built it out of palm logs or something like that. So that'll build your Carpenter's Workshop. I'm going to go ahead and press M for a Mason's Workshop and build that right next to Carpenter's Workshop, and then press enter again to build it out of palm logs. Escape all the way out and make sure the game is not paused. Oh, well, this isn't time to tell you. I dug down so far I hit the cavern. I didn't want to hit the cavern so early. You have to be careful because it'll kill your FPS a little bit, but also creatures and stuff will come and attack you. So enter to unpause this, discover the downward passage, yes. You can hit F1 to go back to where your wagon spawned, by the way. You can assign hotkeys, you can look that up if you wish. So I'm going to go see, where did I breach the cavern? Okay. Go ahead and tell my dwarves. I'm going to hit D for designation and then X to remove designation because I don't want them to dig there anymore. Alright, hit escape. So now I'm going to go to the level with stone. I'm going to hit K to check. So this is siltstone, this is magnetite. Magnetite is good, this is iron ore. So I'm going to go to the designate menu and I'm going to build a hallway this way. And then probably a room over here. Like that. Miners will come and mine that. My other guys are still planting stuff, as you can see. Slow go in. So the dwarves that are flashing with the down blue arrow, that means they're thirsty. They'll go to the stockpile and get a drink once they're done working. But that reminds us that we might need to get a brewery operational as soon as possible. So we go to B and then for the build menu, and W for the workshop, and then I believe B again is, nope, that's the bowyer. Escape to cancel. L is the brewery, the still. It's called a still. So we're going to place this anywhere convenient. Near the farm is good. Make it out of palm logs, doesn't matter. I'm going to go ahead and make 2 stills right there next to the farm. So now that the carpenter's workshop is built, I'm going to hit Q and cursor over it, then hit A to add a task. Use the arrows, go down to bed. I'm going to construct a bunch of beds. The carpenter's workshop. Who is idle? This man has no job. So I'm going to assign him carpentry. Just to make things faster, I'm going to assign carpentry and masonry to everyone. in order to make booze, you have to have a plant like a plump helmet and barrels from the carpenter's workshop to put the booze in. The mason shop is done, so I'm going to make tables and chairs. Man, I brought a lot of seeds apparently. So these guys are still mining out. These spiky looking things here, these are gems. Those appear to be jaspers. So that reminds me, so now that this room's done, we're going to hit build and W to go to the workshops. C brings up the craft dwarf's workshop, which we need. And then I'm going to go ahead and hit J to build a jeweler's workshop. There. I don't believe I have any jewelers, but I can assign it to everyone since no one's talented in it, and just get the shop built. Digging out more areas. Add some more wood stockpile. There, temporarily. I struck coal. This is very good. Wherever it happened. You can hit A to go to the messages menu, and then you can hit Z on certain ones to zoom to it. Now that that's a carpenter's workshop. That's not what I wanted. X to remove it. Build workshops. R is the craft dwarf's workshop. My bad. Go ahead and build one of those. Building some hatch covers and some doors, which is very important. I am actually going to hit escape and save the game. This will back out. I'm going to make it faster for the video's sake. I'm actually going to stop the recording and start it again when I am ready. This will be part 1, I suppose.